you really want to create deep and sustained change, it has to be place-based, right? You need to have multiple things happening in the same place at the same time for the change to sort of go deep enough and take hold. So obviously a city or a neighborhood becomes a natural sort of geographic setting for something like that. The Mumbai Donut CoLab, it's Mumbai based, so it takes the city as the space, as a place for change. It uses the Doughnut Economics model, which is a model developed by a Oxford economist called Kate Raworth, on how do you meet the basic needs of people without exceeding the planetary boundaries and the resources that the earth has. And she calls that the safe space for humanity, because your basic needs are being met: food, water, education, rights, equality, without generating too much water pollution, air pollution, etc. Right? So it's Mumbai Donut, and then CoLab because it's a collective action laboratory. The idea is to come up with ideas, to test ideas, and then see how to scale it up. And it's collective action because I think as most societies become better off, we tend to become more self-centered because we don't need each other as much, right? Today, if I'm upper middle class, I don't need public transportation. I'll buy my own car or bike, right? When I'm poor, I need public transportation. And you can see this, anyone who's grown up in Bombay can clearly tell that, over the last 30, 40, 50 years, they've become a lot more self-centered because, we are more affluent now, right? So how do you bring back the collective action movement? If people don't contribute to the city or to the place where they live, you create a vacuum where either there's chaos or there are negative actions that then have a chance to take over. So the idea is Mumbai Donut CoLab. It is a collective action movement centered around citizens and the social sector. The idea is to bring them together in a long-term process and use a holistic model like Doughnut Economics to make Mumbai both livable and sustainable. Sustainable from an environmental perspective, livable from a quality of life perspective. So that's what we all are trying to do. So the first step we said, look, let's start documenting what is going on in Bombay. There's so much data, there's so much lack of data as well. So we run these fellowship programs where we invite people from various backgrounds and they do research into different dimensions about Bombay. So that's what you saw. So we had about 28 we had, yeah. The Doughnut Economics model has got 21 dimensions. Solid waste management is one of them. And you realize how everything is connected to everything else, right? So solid waste management is connected to air pollution and water pollution and therefore health, and there are gender aspects around solid waste. So a lot of these things get interconnected. So what we are looking at is picking up certain issues that tend to affect a large percentage of Bombay's population. Solid waste is one, public transportation is another, for example, air pollution obviously. The thing with solid waste is it's very visible and it is a big problem. And it has a economic effect, it has a health effect, it has an environmental effect. The idea is from a collective action lens, we are looking at bringing together organizations in the city, NGOs, businesses that are already working on it. But often, these are small organizations, there are a lot of gaps in what they do. And they often don't know what the other is doing. So there are a lot of opportunities for collaboration, coordination. And then looking at how do we bring citizens together to support these initiatives and businesses or NGOs. Because, ultimately, a small organization which has a lot of citizen support behind it can achieve a lot more than they can without the citizen support. So you want to build up a membership base where citizens say, look, we want to become part of Mumbai Donut CoLab as members so that we can contribute to the city, but we also have a right to ask each other to demand something back, responsible behavior, for example. And then work with the social sector and startups and businesses and see how they can interact more closely with each other to create positive outcomes. So we're just starting on solid waste management. We had a couple of sessions, we had one session already, and now we're putting together the core group that will meet regularly, identify gaps, and then involve more and more people. And the idea is to build something over time. So it's not something that will happen overnight. It will take time, yeah. Other thing I do is I have a venture called Leap Cities, where we work with really high potential, very innovative growth stage businesses that are solving urban problems. So when you look at building, they're a huge source of embedded carbon. Once you design and build a building, its water usage, electricity usage, etc. almost locked in for the next 30 to 50 years, right? So I think there's a lot we can do today. For example, I think that we should have better standards than even LEED Platinum equivalent, and we should not give permission to any building which does not meet LEED Platinum plus this thing. So minimize water consumption, energy consumption. Think about how it integrates with the landscape. Look at green buildings, greenification actually, urban agriculture and all built into it. So we are bringing together a few companies that are looking at different materials, solutions, technologies. and looking at how we can influence or work with the IGBC and architects to promote the idea of really ultra sustainable and sustainable in a way that also improves quality of life. It's all on me that we've gotten off to a very, very slow start. But December, we have Mumbai Donut Month. We'll be doing a series of events across the city, talks, workshops, etc. So, you can go to the website, which is Mumbai Donut, DONUT, CoLab, COLAB, single L, .org. Sign up there. That way you'll start getting our newsletters whenever we start sending them out. But look for December. We'll be doing events, so please join. It is a completely member-driven and therefore a volunteer-driven organization and effort. So anybody who wants to contribute time, bring the word out, whatever you do professionally, whatever you enjoy doing personally, we can see how we can sort of harness that energy to sort of do things for Bombay. Ultimately, the goal is kind of to also push things down to a hyper-local level, right? Because while we are all Mumbaikar, we live in Mumbai, but really our life revolves around certain parts of the city. And can we organize people around there to understand the problems in that area, solve it, bring people together, and therefore it becomes a social movement, it becomes the environmental movement, it becomes really becomes a spiritual movement, right? Because at the end of the day, what we want to recognize is that we all are connected to each other, and my actions affect you and your actions affect me, and therefore the more responsible we can be towards each other and towards the environment, I think the better all our quality of life will be. A lot of people don't like it when I say, but I say that whether you're rich, middle class or poor, Mumbai offers actually today a substandard quality of life compared to what it could. And I think that's about the organization and our intent and creativity to really make it a much, much better place for everyone, all of us to live in.